Oh, that's you. Okay. I'm just going to give it to you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could take your seats, we're going to start our program here. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We're going to start our program. If you could all please take your seats. All right, thank you, Jack Burgess. All right. Good evening and welcome to the 2024 Alumni Awards Dinner, an annual celebration of some of John Carroll's finest graduates. My name is Rory O'Neill, and I am the Alumni Director here at John Carroll University, and I am a proud member of the class of 2006. Tonight, on behalf of an alumni association that dates back to 1902, we will recognize and celebrate the lives and accomplishments of 8 alumni, 8 individuals who represent this university and the highest standards and ideals that we teach our students to strive for. Tonight's honorees are quite simply some of the finest graduates we've ever had in the history of this institution, the 138-year history of this institution. Danny, Ron, Era, Neil, AJ, Hadi, Kathy, and Terry. You are amazing ambassadors of John Carroll, some of our most supportive and caring alumni, and inspirational symbols of a Jesuit education. We are excited to tell your stories tonight and share your heartwarming stories of service, commitment, and dedication to John Carroll. This is a special night, and from past experience, there's a good chance your emotions will be moved to tears. And I'm not just talking about the awards, I'm talking about the Guardians game too, okay? I will provide updates when I have them. No need to check your phones, okay? But all of you will most certainly beam with pride as being a member of the John Carroll family. So thank you so much. Before we go any further, I want to thank everybody who submitted ads and sponsorships in our program tonight. Please enjoy them throughout the night. It's a wonderful representation of this year's class of honorees. I want to extend a warm welcome to members of university leadership, including our current and former board members in attendance, as well as faculty and staff. I want to take an opportunity just to thank my team, the Alumni Relations team, Christine Horwath, Luke Petotsky, and Molly Romanowski for putting this event on. I want to give them a round of applause at the front end of the event. We're thanking them. I want to thank first the Alumni Awards Selection Committee, which is composed of former presidents of the John Carroll Alumni Association who helped select the Alumni Medal tonight. For those members of the Alumni Awards Selection Committee, please stand and be recognized. Secondly, while none of them could attend tonight, I want to thank our Alumni Association boards who helped select the Young Alumni Award and the Bickle Award winners. While none of them can stand to be here to hear this, I want to have a round of applause for them for all their hard work as well. Additionally, I want to just recognize a few people here before we get started. I want to recognize someone, and I did this last year at this event, but this person wasn't here, so I'm going to do it again. This person served as our president for 12 years. This is the longest tenure of any president in John Carroll's history. He shook the hands of 10,000 graduates. That's almost 20% of our alumni base. He came in all the way from the West Coast to support several honorees tonight. I want to recognize Father Bob Niehoff, who's back on campus. And I want to do an unusual thing and thank my predecessor, Dave Vitito, from the class of 2000, who's here. A lot of you got engaged. He's right here. So many people in this room got engaged with the university through Dave Vitito and his team. He's on campus tonight to support a lot of people in this room. He's also on campus because his 1997 football team is being inducted in the Athletic Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Dave, all right? And now I'd like to invite to the podium the rector of the Jesuit community here at John Carroll, the Reverend Thomas Pipp from the Society of Jesus, who will lead us in the invocation, and then dinner will be served. Father Pipp.
Thanks, Roy. Let us bow our heads and pray. Lord God, our light and our salvation, during these autumn days, we thank you for our world, for the changing of times and seasons, for the beauty we see all around us. We are grateful, too, for this John Carroll community, for all those gathered here in friendship and fellowship, for their individual and collective gifts, especially the talents of the alumni we honor this evening. We praise you for their dedication to excellence in the professions and in service of those in need. We thank you for the food we will eat in a world where many go without. Renew in our hearts the commitment to be women and men for others, bearers of mercy and justice, reaching out to those in need. Bless this meal which we will share. Bless those who prepared it, those who serve it, and those who have organized this evening. For all these gifts, we lift our hearts in gratitude. We pray in Jesus' name, amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen.
Folks, the bar will be open in the O'Connell Reading Room if you need something during dinner. Bon appetit.
I get a kick out of you.
Think of what you're losing by constantly refusing to dance with me. You'd be the idol of France with me. And yet you stand there and shake your foolish head dramatically while I wait here so ecstatically. You just look and say emphatically,
not this season. Yes, there's a reason I won't dance. Don't ask me. I won't dance. Don't ask me. I won't dance, madam, with you. My heart won't let my feet do things they should do. Yes, you know what? You lovely. So what? You still lovely. But oh, what you do to me? I'm like an ocean wave that bumps on the shore. I feel so absolutely stumped on the floor. Yes, when you dance, you jump in and you're gentle. Especially when you do the continental. But this feeling isn't really mental. For heaven rest us, I'm not asbestos, and that's why I won't dance. Why should I? I won't dance. How could I won't dance. Mercy, because I know that music leads the way to romance. So if I hold you in my arms, I won't dance.
I won't dance, don't ask me. I won't dance, don't ask me. I won't dance, monsieur, with you. My heart won't let my feet do things they should do. You know what? You're handsome, and so what? You're handsome, but oh, what you do to me. I'm like an ocean wave that's bumped on the shore. I feel so absolutely stumped on the floor. When you dance, you're charming and you're gentle, especially when you do the continental. But this feeling isn't purely mental, for heaven rest us, I'm not asbestos, and that's why I won't dance. Why should I? I won't dance. How could I? I won't dance. Merci beaucoup. I know that music leads the way to romance. So if I hold you in my arms, I won't dance.
Yes, I won't dance. Don't ask me. I won't dance. Don't ask me. I will not dance, madam, with you. Yes, my heart won't let my feet do things they should do. Yeah, you know what? You kinda lovely.
And so what? I'm lovely.
But oh, what you do to me. I'm like an ocean wave that's bumping on the shores. I feel so absolutely stumped on the floor.
When you dance, you're charming and you're gentle, especially when you do the continental.
But this feeling isn't purely mental. For heaven rest us, I'm not asbestos, honey. Whoa.
And that's why I won't dance.
Oh, yes.
Why should I? I won't dance. How could I? I won't dance. Merci beaucoup.
Hey, merci beaucoup.
I know that music leads the way to romance. So if I hold you in my arms, I won't dance. The way you wear your hat, the way you sip your tea, the memory of all that. No, no, they can't take that away from me. The way your smile just beams, the way you sing off key, the way you haunt my dreams. No, no, they can't take that away from me. We may never, never meet again on the bumpy road to love. Still, I'll always, always keep the memory of the way you hold your knife, the way we danced till 3, the way you've changed my life. No, no, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away from me.
The way you wear your hat, the way you sip your tea, the memory of all that. No, no, you can't take that away from me. The way your smile just beams, the way you sing off key, the way you haunt my dreams. No, no, you can't take that away from me. We may never, never meet again on the bumpy road to love. Still, I always, always keep the memory of the way you hold your knife, the way we danced till 3, the way you changed my life. No, no, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away from me. Swing it, boys.
We may never, 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 never meet again on the bumpy road to
Swing it,
love.
Ella.
Still, I'll always, always keep the memory of
Yeah, man.
the way you hold tonight, the way we danced till 3.
Oh, yes. The way you changed my life. No, no, they can't take that away from me.
No, they can't take that away from me.
Will you repeat that again, dearie, please?
No, they can't take that away from me. Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Sun lights up the daytime, moon lights up the night. I light up when you call my name, and you know I'm gonna treat you right. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Everybody's got the fever, that is something you all know. Fever isn't such a new thing, fever started long ago. Romeo loved Juliet, Juliet she felt the same. When he put his arms around her, he said, Juliet, baby, you're my flame, I'll give it fever. When we kiss it, fever with thy flaming youth. Fever, I'm a fire, fever, yea, I burn forsooth. Captain Smith and Pocahontas had a very mad affair. When her daddy tried to kill him, she said, Daddy, oh, don't you dare give me fever. With his kisses, fever when he holds me tight. Fever, I'm his missus, Daddy, won't you treat him right? Now you've listened to my story. Here's the point that I have made. Chicks were born to give you fever, be it Fahrenheit or centigrade, they give you fever. When you kiss them, fever, if you live, you learn. Fever, till you sizzle, what a lovely way to burn. What a lovely way to burn. What a lovely way to burn.
So you met someone who sets you back on your heels. Goody, goody, you met someone and now you know how it feels. Goody, goody, you gave him your heart too, just as I gave mine to you. And he broke it in little pieces. Now how do you do? Hey, you lie awake just singing the blues all night. Goody, goody, you think that love is a barrel of dynamite. Hooray and hallelujah, you had it coming to you. Goody, goody for him, goody, goody for me. And I hope you're satisfied, 'cause you got yours. Hey, you gave him your heart too, just as I gave mine to you. And he broke it in little pieces. Yeah, how do you do? So you lie awake just singing the blues all night. Goody, goody, so you think that love is a barrel of dynamite. Hooray and hallelujah, you had it coming to you. Goody, goody for him, lots of goodies for me. And I hope you're satisfied, you rascal, you. I hope you're satisfied, you rascal, you.
You won't admit you love me, and so how am I ever to know? You always tell me, perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. A million times I've asked you, and then I ask you over again. You only answer, perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. If you can't make your mind up, we'll never get started. And I don't want to wind up being parted, broken hearted. So if you really love me, say yes. But if you don't, dear, confess. And please don't tell me, perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. Perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. If you can't make your mind up, we'll never get started. And I don't want to wind up being parted, broken hearted. So if you really love me, say yes. But if you don't, dear, confess. And please don't tell me, perhaps, 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 perhaps.
Those fingers in my hair, that sly come hither stare, that strips my conscience bare, it's witchcraft. And I've got no defense for it, the heat is too intense for it. What good would common sense for it do? 'Cause it's witchcraft, wicked witchcraft. And although I know it's strictly taboo, when you arouse the need in me, my heart says yes indeed in me. Proceed with what you're leading me to. It's such an ancient pitch, but one I wouldn't switch, 'cause there's no nicer witch than you. Witchcraft, that crazy witchcraft. And although I know it's strictly taboo, when you arouse the need in me, my heart says yes indeed in me. Proceed with what you're leading me to. It's such an ancient pitch, but one that I'd never switch, 'cause there's no nicer witch than you.
I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? Happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow. Why, oh, why can't I?
Did you say I've
got a lot to learn. Well, don't think I'm trying not to learn, since this is the perfect spot to learn. Oh, teach me tonight. Let's start with the ABC of it. Roll right down to the XYZ of it. Help me solve the mystery of it. Teach me tonight. The sky's a blackboard high above you. If a shooting star goes by, I'll use that star to write I love you 1,000 times across the sky. One thing isn't very clear, my love. Should the teacher stand so near, my love? Graduation's almost here, my love. Come on and teach me tonight. I'll use that star to write I love you 1,000 times across the sky. One thing isn't very clear, my love. Should the teacher stand so near, my love? Graduation's almost here, my love. Teach me, please teach me tonight.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars, and let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. With song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got the string around my finger. What a world, what a life, I'm in love. I got a song that I sing, I can make the rain go anytime I move my finger. Lucky me, can't you see I'm in love? Life is a beautiful thing, as long as I hold the string. I'd be a silly so-and-so if I should ever let it go. I got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got the string around my finger. What a world, what a life, I'm in love. Life is a beautiful thing, as long as I hold the string. I'd be a silly so-and-so if I should ever let it go. I got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got the string around my finger. What a world, man, this is a life. Hey now, I'm so in love.
My wish for you, sweet happy life. May all the days of the years that you live be laughing days. With all my heart, sweet happy life. And may the night times that follow the days be dancing nights. Stars for your smile, moons for your hair, and someone's wonderful love for your loving heart to share. My wish for you, sweet happy life. May all your sorrows be gone and your heart begin to sing. And if a wish can make it be, I wish to spend every day of your happy life with me. Stars for your smile, moons for your hair, and someone's wonderful love for your loving heart to share. My wish for you, sweet happy life. May all your sorrows be gone and your heart begin to sing. And if a wish can make it be, I wish you spend every day of your happy life with me. Sweet happy life, sweet happy life.
Getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Pull out the stopper, let's have a whopper. But get me to the church on time. I gotta be there in the morning, spruced up and looking in my prime. Boys, come and kiss me, show how you miss me. Get me to the church on time. And if I'm dancing, roll up the floor. whistling me out the door. I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Kick up the rumpus, but don't lose the compass, and get me to the church. Get me to the church. For Pete's sake, get me to the church on time. Getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Kick up the rumpus, don't lose the compass, and get me to the church. Get me to the church. For Pete's sake, get me to the church on time.
That's my baby. No, sir, I don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, that's my baby now. Yes, ma'am, we've decided. No, ma'am, we ain't gonna hide it. Yes, ma'am, you're invited now. By the way, when we walk up to the preacher, I'll say, yes, sir, that's my baby. No, sir, I don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, that's my baby now. By the way, when we're running to the preacher, I'll say, yes, sir, that's my baby. No, sir, I don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, that's my baby now.
At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over, and life is like a song. Oh yeah, yeah, at last the skies above are blue. My heart was wrapped up in clover. The night I looked at you, I
could speak to, a dream that I can call my own. I found a thrill to press my cheek to, a thrill that I have never known. Oh yeah, you smile, you smile. Oh, and then the spell was cast, and here we are in heaven. For you are mine at last. Well, all right, okay, you win. I'm in love with you. Well, all right, okay, you win. Baby, what can I do? I'll do anything you say. It's just got to be that way. Well, all right, okay, you win. I'm in love with you. Well, all right, okay, you win. Baby, what can I do? Anything you say I do, long as it's me and you. All that I'm asking, all I want from you is just love me like I love you, and it won't be hard to do. Well, all right, okay, you win. I'm in love with you. Well, all right, okay, you win. Well, baby, what can I do? I'll do anything you say. Oh, it's just got to be that way. All I want from you, just love me like I love you. It won't be hard to do. All night, all day, I'm in, ooh, and I'm telling you, all right, okay, you win. What are you waiting for? If you're gonna be my man, sweet baby, take me by the hand. Well, all right, okay, you win.
Cha-cha d'amore. Take this song to my lover. Shoo, shoo, little bird. Go and find my love. Cha-cha-cha d'amore. Serenade at her window. Shoo, shoo, little bird. Sing my song of love. hurts my heart. So fly, oh fly away, and say I hope and pray this lover's melody will bring her back to me. Cha-cha-cha d'amour, take this song to my lover. Shoo, shoo, little bird, go and find my love. Cha-cha-cha d'amour, 7-8 at her window. Shoo, shoo, little bird, sing my song of love. Shoo, shoo, little bird, tell her of my love.
Walks in when I walk out, and who gives you that high, baby? Who got me jealous of you?
Who walks in when I walk out? Now don't you know you're my baby? Who's the who got me worrying too?
Now when we kiss, I kinda miss something that used to be.
Every day while I'm away, I get a feeling that you're fooling me.
Oh, who walks in when I walk out? And who gives you that high, baby? Who got me jealous of you?
Something that used to be.
Every day I'm away, I get that feeling you're fooling me.
Who walks in when I walk out? And who gives you that high, baby? Who's the who got me jealous of you? Got me jealous of you.
While tearing up a game of golf, I may make a play for the caddy, but if I do, I don't follow through, 'cause my heart belongs to Daddy. If I invite a boy some night to dine on my fine Finn and Hattie, I just adore his asking for more, 'cause my heart belongs to Daddy. Yes, my heart belongs to Daddy. Yes, I simply couldn't be bad. Yes, my heart belongs to Daddy. Da 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 da. So I want to warn you, laddie, though I know you're perfectly swell, that my heart belongs to Daddy, 'cause my daddy, he treats me so well. While tearing up a game of golf. I may make a play for the caddy, but if I do, I don't follow through, 'cause my heart belongs to Daddy. If I invite a boy some night to dine on my fine Finn and Hattie, I just adore his asking for more, but my heart belongs to Daddy. Yes, my heart belongs to Daddy, and I simply couldn't be bad. Yes, my heart belongs to Daddy. Da 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 da. So I want to warn you, laddie, though I know you're perfectly swell, that my heart belongs to Daddy, and my Daddy, he treats me so well.
The more I see you, the more I want you.
All right, folks, we're going to begin our program here in a few minutes. If you want to take your seats, we'll get started. All right, thank you so much. I hope you all enjoyed your dinner, and your desserts and coffee are on the table, so please enjoy those while we get our program started here. Before we begin our awards program this evening, I want to welcome to the stage the 21st president in the history of John Carroll University, Dr. Al Mikiak. Dr. Mikiak would like to welcome you all to campus, address this evening's honorees, and speak briefly about some of the exciting things happening on our campus. Dr. Mikiak.
Thanks, Rory. Good evening, everyone. All right, on the second floor. All right, they're up there. Okay, we're 3 years into our Inspired Future strategy, and fall 24 began on a really high note with an increased enrollment and revenue and overall campus energy, right? I hope you can feel it. It's in the room tonight. We had a first 40 days initiative for all of our students, and really, it revitalized and distinguished our programming and events on a series of what I would call, in my 10 years at John Carroll, best ever experiences for our entire campus community. And so I talked about this with the faculty and the staff at a number of town halls and engagements, but best ever orientation, best ever convocation, best ever streak week, and best ever Mass of the Holy Spirit. And everything's been full. People are taking pictures saying the masses are full. And we've been out on some alumni events in Chicago and Pittsburgh and so forth, and everyone's really excited about the news there. And tonight we continue the best ever programming. It expands to include our Alumni Awards dinner, which we have a new threshold for best ever in attendance, right? So we're populating the second floor. We're totally sold out, and this has been, just a fantastic event to get on. So give yourselves a hand. Now, I'm careful to say it's not the best ever alumni recipients, right? So because I know there are many, others in the room, so we won't go there. But in terms of the attendance of the event, it is absolutely the best ever. Boy, that one almost didn't land good. So, okay. So across campus, a lot of physical science for those of you that have been around campus. 3 years and $100 million of capital investments that you see going on. DJ Lombardo Center, right, completely renovated for our students. Significant renovations in the Griselli Library and the Breen Learning Center, which are still underway. They'll be completed for May of 25. Every surface in all 3 floors of those buildings will have been renovated. And then certainly investments in athletics, as you see the new Athletic Wellness and Events Center going up on Belvoir. It'll be available May of 25, right? So a lot of things, going on the physical environment, just as we are investing also in our academic portfolio and programs. And if you're sitting upstairs and you look up here, our brand new nursing labs and really the offices for our brand new College of Health. So the BSN in nursing is off to a great start, but we've added to that with expanded offerings in behavioral health and counseling, the business of health, so a lot going on in the College of Health. Is Dr. Melissa Cole here tonight? She's upstairs. Okay, so we're really blessed with a great leader for our College of Health. So welcome to Melissa. We also added a Jesuit brother, Matt Wooters. I don't think Matt is with us tonight, but he's joined as an assistant director in our campus ministry and is really animating the formation process for our students. So I'm really energized by the momentum that we are experiencing, because when I look at our honorees tonight, I know that our honorees tonight and our past recipients who have joined us to celebrate this year's honorees, right? I really see in them the best of JCU, right? I often tell people, they say, "Are you a JCU alum?" I say, "No, but I wish I was," right? Because I see all of the, the magnificent things that occur for our alumni, right? And we talk about, the courtesy of our campus and how we hold doors open for people. This is kind of a John Carroll thing, but we also open doors for people, right? As our alumni network and the power of our alumni network welcomes our graduates as they move into their professional lives. So I really see living examples of how the JCU academic experience and this personal formation that goes on impacts lives over, many, many, many years and generations. So tonight is about recognizing the individuals whose lives and careers were shaped by their time at John Carroll and who continue to inspire us through their achievements. Each of our honorees tonight represents the strength of a community and the lasting impact that our alumni have on the world as men and women for others. So before we continue with this evening's program, I'd like to acknowledge and thank all of you for being with us for this celebration. In particular, I'd like to offer my gratitude to Nancy Bonacci. Where's Nancy? Right? Nancy, of course, is co-chair of our board of directors. Father Niehoff, emeritus president of John Carroll. Bob, thanks for joining us tonight. And really, all of our friends and honorees. We have many board members here. We have many alumni board members. Everyone that's gathered with us. Your presence is very, important. I'm grateful for it. I want you to have a wonderful evening, and thanks for all you do for John Carroll. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mikiak. And now, on to our awards program. Of course, my job is to kind of keep things moving here, so while you enjoy your coffee and your dessert and your table, so I hope you don't need another cup of coffee, so I'll try and keep things moving here, okay? So in an effort to be respectful to you and on our honorees, we've asked each honoree to give a set of 3 to 4 minutes, a set of remarks after their award, and then following the award, we'll have all our honorees meet with our film crew in the O'Connell Reading Room back here, where we'll film some acceptance speeches, some pictures, some other content, so please, we'll direct you after the event, so please find us back there. And now on to our first award, the Young Alumni Award. This is actually one of my favorite awards the Alumni Association gives out, because on one level, it gives us an opportunity to shine a bright spotlight on a young alum doing some great things. On the other end, it's also an opportunity for us to send a message to every generation of John Carroll alums that the next generation of Blue Street graduates coming up the pipeline is as impressive, as inspirational, and as amazing as the ones who came before. So when Danny Diaz Mejia was a student here at John Carroll, he was a normal John Carroll kid. He was personable, he was hardworking, involved around campus. Like a lot of alums before him, he loved to dance on the weekends, but every one of his friends told me he was a terrible dancer, all right? Couldn't dance for his life. Thank God it's not a requirement for this reward, all right? But he was dedicated to his studies, and like many alums, he was very social on the weekends, always hanging out with his friends from Akron, Chicago, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, you name it. But Danny didn't come from any of those places. Danny came from Honduras. He grew up in the agrarian heartland of the country, lived a very difficult early life in a small village. This was an area of the country where nobody became anything, and those who did took real risk. Life was not easy, but Danny's life would come to be defined by perseverance. At the age of 10, this is amazing, we had Jesu missionaries and people down there for mission trips and immersion programs, and they met Danny at the age of 10. And he made such an impression on this group that they used to bring him gifts, bring him books, and it lit up this lifelong love of learning, and it taught him how to learn English, and English was a way for him to get above where he was in life, and it was an amazing thing. All this led to him earning a scholarship to the local Jesuit high school in Honduras, but the local high school was 2 hours away. 2 hours there, 2 hours back every day, but he did it to become the best version of himself and to commit to his learning. And the connections he made with the Jesu parishioners led to him matriculating here to John Carroll, where he became the first person in his family to earn a college degree. While he was a student here at John Carroll, he participated in multiple medical immersion trips that the campus ministry department runs every year in Honduras. And even after he graduated, he continued to play a critical role in these programs each year, to the point where the professors used to say, this would be a lesser program without Danny's involvement. On these immersion trips, Danny would give presentations about the political and public health realities of Honduras to our students. He would help the medical brigade in data collection efforts. He would act, of course, as an interpreter. And he would do whatever he could to make this an amazing experience for our students. On all of these trips, Danny usually traveled on his own dime and took vacation time just to hang out and be with our students. Following his graduation from John Carroll, Danny received a master's degree from Carnegie Mellon in public policy and management, where I got to add, he was asked to be the student speaker at commencement by his graduate peers. He's worked in Pittsburgh, San Salvador, El Salvador, Honduras, in a variety of nonprofit and consultancy roles with the Red Cross, John Jay College, and the United States Institute of Peace. These are not easy or safe jobs he's doing. In his young career, he's completed research on extortion in Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, and he's presented these results to those countries through USAID. A major theme of his research is on evidence-based policies that will improve citizen security in each of these places. He led the Narcotics and Law Enforcement Project, which created workshops aimed at recruiting a new generation of watchdog reporters and investigative journalists in Central America. He even served as an international observer for the Nicaraguan presidential election. Life goal of mine, by the way, all right? He's a published author in too many periodicals and too many magazines, although he's been published several times in our favorite magazine on this campus, the Jesuit-run America magazine, which we take great pride in seeing on there. And recently, he published his second book, Chronicles of What We Leave on the Shore, a collection of personal essays by Danny on the human experience in Central America. And just this past week, I want you all to look at this photo we're going to show up here. He came back to campus early, did a program for students and alumni, shared some stories from his book, and did what he does best, work with our students and change their lives. Danny, it was really great seeing you on campus again. We thank you for making this a week. You've been here all week, man, all right? And before we bring Danny up here, I want to highlight one more thing about him. A lot of you have heard about, John Carroll. We have a national strategy here. But a few years ago, Danny helped enroll 2 female students from Honduras who came up in a similar circumstance that he did. And Danny helped recruit them to John Carroll. They came to John Carroll. He advised them while they were here, and he provided constant advice and support to them while they were students. They both graduated in 2022, and they are doing amazing. So I don't know if our enrollment people in the room, but it sounds like we have a volunteer enrollment person for Central America now, I think, all right? Danny, will you please come up here to accept this award? Stay right here. Danny, for your outstanding service and leadership, commitment to promoting social justice and the service of others, and your exceptional service to and support of the mission of John Carroll University. The John Carroll University Alumni Association is proud to present to you the 2024 Young Alumni Award. Congratulations. All right. All right, thank you. We're going to hold this right here, and we're going to take a picture right here real quick, right? Come up with it.
Wow, thank you so much, Rory, and thank you, everyone. It's such an honor to be here tonight. I am so happy to see people that have meant so much to me in my life. And first, I just want to thank the John Carroll Alumni Association for this award. I want to thank Jim Lismore, Terry Lewandowski, Colin Swearingen, Peggy Finucane for nominating me for this award. I am very, very humbled. And like Rory said, I come from a small village in Honduras. And I was there last week, actually. When the John Carroll Group came in May, we got medicines for people who struggle with high blood pressure and diabetes. And we were able to give people medications for 6 months. And that was an amazing thing that the John Carroll Group did that comes down. And it was amazing. Actually, people in my village asked me to say hello. I told them I was coming to John Carroll. They love John Carroll, actually. And I continue to learn from people in my village, people like Juana, who maybe did not have the opportunity to go to college, but who's very perseverant and who still teaches me a lot every time. I was also the first person to go to college in my family, and I could have not dreamt of the opportunities I've had over the years. Going to Europe when I was an undergraduate, interning at the Public Defender's Office here in Cleveland, spending a summer at Princeton studying public policy. And John Carroll sort of opened those doors for me, and I'm very, very grateful for that. I'm also very grateful for my Jesuit education, because I think the skills that I got here were not just about learning what the world is like, but imagining what it could be, that it could be different, that things could change. And that came from courses in philosophy, where we wrestle of what does it mean to want to live in a free society where everyone's ideas are respected and where you can speak your mind without fear of being persecuted. It came from classes in literature from professors like Phil Metras or John McBratney, learning about different cultures, exercising empathy in ways that were nuanced, that were sophisticated, that were so new. And perhaps because I was a political science major, it helped me articulate one simple and powerful idea, and it is that every person is worth and deserving of dignity, and that the ideas of the poorest farmer in Honduras deserve to be heard just as the ideas of the most powerful person in the country, that everyone's idea deserves to be heard, and that everyone is deserving of dignity. And that idea that I was able to articulate in my political science major informs my work today, informs my work as a writer, and informs my work as working in public policy. But the most important gift I think I got at John Carroll was the community that I met, people that care about me, that nourish me, that keep track of me. And I often get asked when I give talks around Central America about what keeps me optimistic when things seem kind of bleak. And I would say, I know I'm not alone. I know that I'm not alone. I know I'm part of something greater. And in fact, I don't know how people get through life without their own, like Katie, June, Mary, Peggy, Tom, Jim, Jurel, Bridget, Mary Ann, and Cindy. I don't know how people do it, but I can tell you that it is them who helped me get through life and sort of like keep going. And that, I think, is the biggest gift John Carroll has bestowed upon me. So in closing, I just want to say that I am honored, and that although I was the first person in my community to get this award and to get these sort of opportunities, this award rekindles my commitment so that I am not the last, but just the first. So thank you very, very, very much, and I am very honored. Thank you.
Next up is the Reverend William M. Bickle Award for Alumni Volunteer Service. This is an award that was created in 1993 to recognize volunteers who have distinguished themselves through their dedication, motivation, attitude, and generosity to the John Carroll Alumni Association. Now, in my opinion, one of the great things about our Alumni Association is what it does for John Carroll, is that it makes this place a better university on many levels. And for tonight's honoree, Ron Surtz from the class of 1969, everything he's touched in his life, he's made better. Ron is from Erie, Pennsylvania. He's a legend in the flagship city as an athletic director, a coach, and an educator. He created the Erie Sports Commission. He founded the McDonald's Classic, which is still one of the best four-team high school boys basketball tournaments in the country. He previously owned the Erie Otters, a professional hockey team in his hometown. And he's a member of both the Cathedral Prep Hall of Fame, where he coached and taught and also was an alum, and the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame. But oddly enough, we're not here to talk about any of those things tonight, his amazing contributions to Erie and his amazing career. We're here to talk about Ron's service to John Carroll University, which is just as impactful, just as impressive, and just as inspirational. You know, during Ron's time as a student at John Carroll, he was a member of the famed, infamous, notorious, illustrious, hilarious, rockin', insert whatever adjective you have about the University Club. They're all seated back there in the back, all right? Now, no matter what your opinion of the University Club was, one thing you always had to admit is they were fun. The University Club has hosted some of the biggest acts ever to come on this campus: Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, Linda Ronstadt, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, Neil Diamond. Ron himself and his classmates hosted Simon and Garfunkel on this campus. The legacy of the University Club on this campus is that they brought the university together. They made John Carroll a fun place, and in essence, they made JCU a great place to get an education, and they built a dynamic community around their events. Now, like any close-knit group of John Carroll friends, and there's a ton of them in the room tonight, his U Club brothers were no different. They would have reunions, they would invade a city, they'd go to Rochester, they'd go to Cleveland, they'd go to Erie, where Ron hosted everyone. They did stuff. Erie? Okay, all right. They would do stuff on our campus. They would stay at a fun hotel, they'd get a big group dinner together, and Ron was always the master of ceremonies. And he's delighted in being the roast master at every single dinner. He would basically become Don Rickles to his University Club brethren. As I read this, I'm actually getting horrified giving you the microphone here in a few seconds. He always gave out ridiculous awards that brought tons of laughter and joy to the room. And every reunion, I've heard from all your friends, Ron, you gave out an award who was the best class. Somehow the class of 1969 always won. I don't know how that happened, who stuffed the ballot box or whatever. And I asked several of his friends about these roasts, about these great reunions, thinking they'd give me some good stories, maybe try and get back at them. Every single person I talked to said the same thing. I love Ron Surtz, and he's amazing. As the years went on and these reunions became even more fun for all involved, there was this movement within the U Club Alumni Association to create a more formal connection back here at John Carroll. There was many involved in this process, and there's two people here, Bill Gagliano and Ron Denham, board members here at John Carroll, who were instrumental amongst many. But Ron was really instrumental in bringing the whole thing together and engaging John Carroll's leadership. Ron was always respected, whoever he met with, and when he spoke, people listened. Ron had a vision to bring the legacy of the University Club back on campus and have it endure, to serve John Carroll again. So Ron and the U Club Alumni Association engaged directly with the Alumni Relations Office and John Carroll Student Affairs Department on what they could do to support our students while keeping their traditions alive. After John Carroll students engaged with Ron and the U Club, two really amazing things happened. First, the Student Union Programming Board, which was our student group that did all the events on campus, they changed their name to the University Club. An amazing thing. And Ron and his U Club brethren, they moved to raise support from its membership to support student programming. The result was a fundraising drive led by Ron and others that resulted in the creation of a fund that has over $150,000 in it. It supports our students' Welcome Back concert every year. This fund is good for 10 years. And it's going to enhance a great part of our campus every year. For all you U Club guys in the back, Ron may have put a fundraising note under all of your table notes, so just watch out for those, all right? But Ron was instrumental in this effort in encouraging his brothers to support the effort. He made sure it was a success. Our Welcome Back concert act this year was Waka Flocka Flame. Any Waka Flocka Flame fans in here? No? Okay. Well, there was 1,000 kids on our campus, on our quad, having a great start to the semester, and it was because of Ron and his group that we were able to really elevate an event like that. Now, a true full circle moment happened for Ron last month on this campus. As many of you may be aware, we welcomed back Marcelo Hernandez from the class of 2019. Marcelo's a cast member on Saturday Night Live. Marcelo was coming to campus for a prearranged Q&A event. We wanted to elevate this event, not just for students, but faculty, staff, alumni, the community here. We approached Ron and the U Club. Could we utilize some fundraising they've done before to really elevate this event? And as always, they stepped forward and said, yes, we're here to make John Carroll better again. What resulted was one of the most fun events we've had here in quite some time, and this happened. We're going to see a photo real quick. Ron was able to meet with Marcelo beforehand, and he shared the U Club legacy with him, and Marcelo, who lives a different life than the rest of us, was awestruck. He looked at Ron and he goes, so you worked here in the 60s? He goes, no, I was a student here, and I did all these things. Quite amazing. And we were able to honor Ron at the beginning of the event. It's a little dark there, but we were able to honor him and thank the U Club for their support of really creating an amazing event on campus in the spirit of making John Carroll a more fun and better place. Ron, a few years ago, our fundraising office developed a slogan, honoring our past and inspiring our future for our Day of Giving. Thank you for truly embodying this phrase and bringing it to life. Please join me on stage to accept this award. Ron, for your outstanding leadership, commitment, and service to the mission of John Carroll University, and your long record of exceptional support and service to the U Club Alumni Association and John Carroll alums everywhere, the John Carroll Alumni Association is proud to honor you with the William M. Bickle Award for Alumni Volunteer Service. Congratulations. We're going to take a quick photo here real quick. Right? It's yours.
I think Rory should have a 3-minute limit. This is a wonderful honor, but I'm pretty sure it's a mistake. There's only one way to explain me getting the award here tonight. The selection committee had to be drunk. When I was notified of the honor, I didn't know Father Bickle. I predated Father Bickle. That's how old I am. And so I had to ask around about Father Bickle. I had to do a little research. Turns out Father Bickle was respected. He was happy. He was humble. He was smart. And I can assure you, I am none of those things. Comparing me to Father Bickle and these other unbelievable award winners here tonight, if you look at their profiles, they're absolutely outstanding. And they make me feel like that subject to that old Sesame Street song, one of these things is not like the others. But I don't think President Mikiak at this point is going to admit that his staff made a blunder in this award. And so I'm going to accept it as quick as I can and get off the stage. It's hard to thank people. I know it's incumbent upon people to say thanks to people for an award, but since it's an award I don't deserve, it's hard to find people to thank. I know I have to thank Dave Vitito. Dave's over here. I think he's probably the guy responsible for nominating me. I worked with Dave in his role as the alumni director for a lot of years, and he supported the idea of bringing the University Club back onto campus and doing the fundraising, and he encouraged us all to do that. So I was going to thank Dave, and then he sent me a note. Said, Ron, congratulations on the Father Bickle Award. It's very deserving. Don't forget to mention my name and thank me. So I can't thank a guy like that. It's also, in all these things, it's always important to thank your spouse. My wife, Emily, who's back there, raise your hand, Emily. Emily and I just celebrated our anniversary. We've been happily married for 40 years. Unfortunately, we've been married for 54. She hates that joke, but it's one of my go-tos. But the reason I think she's deserving of getting thanked for this, and it's long overdue, the first year that Emily and I were married, which was the year after I graduated from John Carroll, I was coaching at the time, and my basketball team happened to win the Pennsylvania State Championship the first year we were married. And afterwards, the community had this wonderful event for us. Everyone was there. The whole community was there. My mother was there. My father was there. My brothers and sisters, the team, the parents, the community. It was a little Catholic school. The nuns were there. The priests were there. The students were there. Everybody. It was a wonderful, wonderful community event. And I had to thank all those people, which I did. And I know what you're thinking. At the end, I forgot to thank my wife. That's not true. I said to the whole crowd, I said, look, there's one person above all who deserves to be thanked for this accomplishment, and that's my wife, Emily. She has been by my side through thick and thin. She's been giving me all the best advice in the world. She's the number one person. And I said, ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Surtz. And my mother stood up. And she kept standing up. So I thought she didn't get credit then, I should give her some credit tonight. But then I thought, well, wait a minute, she didn't have anything to do with this at all. So, hon, I love you, but next time. Seriously, I've spent my whole life in sports, and I know that you don't win any awards or get any credit for individual achievements. It's always a team. It's always the people that you surround yourself with and help you through some good times and bad times. For 60 years in that career, there's too many people to thank. They know who they are. They know I'm going to buy them a drink later and celebrate. So for all of you in here, if I don't buy a drink for you tonight, you've had diddly squat to do with any of this. One group, and Rory mentioned them, and I have to say something about is the University Club Boys. They're in the back. I'd ask them to stand, but it'd take them about a half hour to get up and down. So maybe you guys raise your hands. One of the greatest achievements in my career is overcoming the influence of those ne'er-do-wells. When they announced last year that I was going to win this award at our U Club alumni dinner, I told all those guys that I wanted to buy them a ticket to this dinner. I didn't, but I wanted to. I'm not stupid. But thanks for coming. Seriously, JCU and the University Club have had a big impact on my my life and my career, the most important influence at JCU was those guys in the University Club. We were the guys who gave tours of campus to prospective students and parents and convinced them that John Carroll was the best college in the whole planet. And we hosted and served as ushers at community events here at John Carroll at the University Series. And the main responsibility, as Rory said, was doing all the concerts. And we handled everything from A to Z, booking the talent, doing the promotions, advertising, building the stage, taking down chairs. We did everything. And he mentioned a lot of those concerts. So almost by osmosis, for me, the John Carroll environment and the University Club taught me brotherhood, service, taught me responsibility, taught me to be successful and strive for success. So all those attributes that I learned here were very important in my life and in my career. And I thank you for this award. I'm humbled and grateful. And there's just one thing. I wish a guy named Mike Scanlon could have been here tonight. I'll get to it. Mike was my roommate. My senior year, and he was University Club brother, and in fact, he was voted that year as University Club Man of the Year. I was the runner-up. I'm still a little pissed about it, but I wish he could be here tonight. He passed away a few months back. I just wanted to hold up that award and go, na, 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 na. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ron. And now to the Alumni Medal presentation. John Carroll is awarded the Alumni Medal for over a half century, and it remains the highest honor given out by our Alumni Association. Aside from the pandemic year of 2020, it has been given out annually since 1961. The medal recognizes professional accomplishments, exemplary family and personal life, contributions to the broader community, and dedicated service and commitment to John Carroll. I'd like to take a moment here to ask those in attendance who have previously received this honor to please stand for a round of applause. Clearly, our honorees tonight are joining illustrious company, so congratulations. For the next year, pictures of all this year's honorees will hang in the Alumni Medal display housed in Rodman Hall on the 3rd floor of Rodman. When you're ever on campus, it's a sight to see. Please come on in there and see it. And now let's meet our honorees, and we're excited to present to you our alumni medalists as seen through the eyes of those who know them best. Our first recipient of the Alumni Medal is Arab Bagdasarian from the class of 1978. Please enjoy this tribute video.
I first met Ara when I was 8 years old. We played Little League together. 10 years later, we're freshmen again together at John Carroll. 25 years later, we're on the board of directors at John Carroll University together.
I met Ara Bagdasarian in 1974. I was hitchhiking home from Cathedral Latin High School, and a gentleman in a 1969 Mustang who looked like Omar Sharif picked me up and drove me all the way to my doorstep. He's been my friend now for 50 years.
I don't think I could ask for a better brother. I don't think one could ask for a better father, husband. There's not a hill he wouldn't ask you to charge up that he wouldn't be out front charging up that hill in front of you, taking the bumps.
Ara gives back to the John Carroll community by serving on the board. He's been very active. Me, Ara, and a couple of other folks in the Cleveland Armenian community actually just helped put an Armenian cross here on John Carroll University's campus. So he's been very active. He's also been very active. He was a baseball player here at John Carroll, so he's been very active in athletics.
John Carroll runs through his blood, and he just brings passion and commitment to everything he touches. And I don't know how he has enough time in his day to do all the things he does, so I'd also say he's exceptionally energetic and a visionary of so many things.
He has made a tremendous impact in the director meetings, especially with these enrollment challenges that all universities have faced. Ara has been probably our #1 recruiter out there, a true blue streak.
When he got the Baudry Award, I think it was 1978, I think that was a precursor to what he would eventually become as a professional, as a man, and as a man of God and a man for others that John Carroll speaks of.
I think Ara's deserving of this medal. In the 50 years I've known him, he's done more for fellow human beings than anyone I know. Ara has been on a 10, 12-year campaign to build a home for children with developmental disabilities.
And it just broke ground about a year ago, and this past summer has actually opened up to the first few families that are actually now going to be living there.
Julie and Alex are fortunate to have such a wonderful dad who is, I call him the Apollo 13 failure is not an option kind of guy.
He was an executive at Travel Centers of America. He talked about how leaders are there to serve their employees, and I think Ara really personifies that in his life.
He's involved in just, connecting with faculty and finding out what we need and helping to sort of communicate that vision to the other board members, to the administration at John Carroll. He's constantly just a source of support and passion.
Ara has bled blue and gold ever since he was a student here.
John Carroll's got a great team member and a board member fighting for it. Julie and Alex have a great dad, and God has a great foot soldier.
Ara, congratulations on this prestigious award. There's nobody more deserving. I'm proud to call you my friend, and as always, you've been my hero forever.
Congratulations, Ara. We're so proud of you. I know Leslie, Alex, and Julie are also really proud of you, and I can't think of anyone else who deserves this medal.
Congratulations, Ara. You are so deserving of this amazing award.
Congratulations, my friend. I can think of no one more deserving than you.
Congratulations on this award. It is so well deserved. See you on the ball field.
Ara, would you please join me on stage? All right, we'll just stand right here. Ara, before I award you the Alumni Medal, there was one more group of people that wanted to offer their congratulations to you. So if you want to look at the monitor real quick. This is the picture of the John Carroll baseball captains tipping their caps to you and congratulating you. All right? For his professional accomplishments, commitment and contributions to the disabled community, investments in Jesuit education, and his continued commitment to John Carroll University, the John Carroll University Alumni Association is pleased to award the 2024 Alumni Medal to Ara Bagdasarian.
Well, first, following Ron and then following that video, I'm going to have to regroup, but I do have something that all of you would be interested in knowing. Rory said, you're going to be leading off. And so you guys know I love baseball. So I'm going to tell you, my voice isn't here because you can guess where I was last night. How many of you watched the game? All right, you're not going to believe this, okay? You're not going to believe this, but the home run that Fry hit landed in section 182, row F, that went right over my wife's head, and I didn't catch it, but the happiest 10-year-old in the world sat right next to me. So watching that ball land was unbelievable. So I had to share that story because it's like unbelievable. So go Guardians. All right. Well, I first want to congratulate all the evening's honorees. You are all just the best examples of men and women for others. I'm so proud to be inspired to be sharing this evening with you, and especially Heidi and Terry, who I serve on the board with. It's an honor. I am just deeply honored and grateful tonight to accept this alumni medal from this special place, an institution which is so deeply rooted in Jesuit values of service and leadership, and with a distinguished alumni that we have all over the world. This recognition means more than words can adequately express. And I think the word that comes from my heart every time I think about it is gratitude. And I can't say that that one word is what kind of overrules everything I think of today. But John Carroll played such an important part of who I am today. You know, from the minute I stepped onto campus, I knew this was a special place. And the education that I received here was so much more than just academic. It was an education of life and values and in service to others. And the experiences that I had here, both in and out of the classroom, made such an impact on my life. And it gave me the foundation to deal with so many challenges in life that I had never imagined that I would. I know that my faith, along with my wife, when we learned the same day that both of our children were diagnosed with Fragile X syndrome and that they would need help for the rest of their lives, it gave us the strength later on to help our children, but also help others that were going through the same type of struggles. As students, we really didn't realize at the time that John Carroll was planting those seeds to make us men and women for others, which turned out to be the greatest gift of all. I have a lot of people here. I'm going to do my best to be brief but be sincere. Thank you all for being here. To my family, to my friends, my peers, and my members of my beloved Armenian Community Church family, thanks for being here. It means the world to me. Each of you have challenged me to do my best. You know, without your encouragement, support, and example, I would not be here today. Every one of you have played an important role. Even those of you up in the mezzanine, thank you for being here for me. You played an important role I'm so grateful for. And I definitely want to first acknowledge Father Haraj Sargashian and his wife, who are back there. He's been my spiritual leader as the pastor of our St. Gregory of Nanak Armenian Church. And I have our family that has come from near and far, but I have my mother-in-law, Beverly, Lynn, my sister-in-law, my sister, my brother-in-law, and nephew have come from Boston. But I can say one thing: nothing unites our families more than when we're playing the Yankees. And I never saw the video, so I wanted to pay special tribute to those that were in that video. Just briefly, for my brother Jay, who is just an incredible brother. He's always been there for us, and his incredible dedication to our family and to his family. To the 2023 Alumni Medal honoree, Michael Merriman. Thank you for your amazing friendship and for inviting me to serve on the board back in, 2016? You've been an incredible leader, someone I look up to, and a great role model for your selfless service to this board and to the community above. I'm going to go off script briefly by saying to Michael, you along with Bill Donnelly and Nancy, for the dedication and leadership that they made during some really, let's say, tough waters that we went through with these past 8 years. We made some really tough decisions, but getting behind Al Mikiak, and you heard how wonderful the Inspired Futures is, but Michael, the work you did is going to have a lasting impact on this university and for generations to come, and I'm grateful for that and for your friendship. So now I'm move on to Jim Carabine, my baseball buddy. So Jim, show him what you had made, since it's got John Carroll. So Jim showed me this. Yeah, pull the thing off. Go ahead. It's a John Carroll, a logoed bat with a wonderful inscription. So I appreciate Jim. He's already told you that he's already told you that I picked him up hitchhiking wearing his Cathedral Latin jacket. And we found out that we were both going to John Carroll. We're going to play baseball, and we've been together as buddies. But what he didn't say is that we actually played the first games on Schweikert Field, and the first half hour of every practice was dedicated to lifting boulders out of the infield so we could actually play. But now we're so proud, the baseball team, the fact that we have a state-of-the-art turf field makes me so proud of the things we're doing to make John Carroll first class. Jim, you're a true role model and an inspiration and an unbelievable man for others. I didn't see any pictures of us, but in 2018, at 40 years, we went to fantasy camp together to celebrate our John Carroll, and we did pretty well, right, Jim? We actually acted like Major League ball players. So, yeah. And my buddy Steve Berkey's here. I've known him. He's a 78 classmate. I've known him for over 62 years. He's been a great friend. Thanks for being here. You heard Razmik Pornarjan. We both share Armenian heritage and culture. Our grandparents were genocide survivors. We brag about the fact that Armenia was the first Christian nation, but we brought speakers here to John Carroll, and it wasn't for Razmig and for Setup Demerjan and for Ed Peck. Ed Peck, are you here somewhere? Raise your hand. He's not. They really worked with me. I'm so grateful that we were able to put that beautiful Armenian hand-carved cross. It's on the Bowler side of the St. Ignatius Tower, facing now the admin building. Please go see it if you get a chance. It's going to be dedicated in November. And now from one of my heroes that you heard of, Dr. Tracy Masterson. For the amazing work she does in her class as a psychology professor, mentoring students that want to serve people with disabilities and becoming peer mentors. She had the courage to work with me. We both had the vision that we could make John Carroll a center of excellence for people serving people with disabilities. And we don't want to brag, but we are very proud that we were able to start the ABA program, which is for folks with that are graduate students that are serving people with disabilities. And to mention a full circle moment for me was we built Solon Community Living, and then I get a call from Katie, who's the program manager. She said, we would like to have our students do our field work and our clinical work there. And one of the students came out, she was wonderful, and she worked with our daughter and others, and it made me want to cry. You know, you do something good, it comes back to you so many times. And Tracy, unbelievable. So thank you. That was just like the best moment. And now the person, Ron, I'm going to try to do a better job of honoring my wife, but we've been married 39 years and they've all been good. I lost my place here, God's sakes. You threw me for a loop there. Hang on. Hang on. I can say it from the heart, but I don't want to get lost in my other things. Okay. So Leslie, she went to Ohio State, but I'm telling you, this is a woman for, she's a woman, true woman for others. And she's been an amazing partner, raising 2 kids with disabilities that need support, every day in their life. I'm so proud of her for the work she's done on Solon Community Living, designing and doing the things that made it so special. Leslie, I love you. You mean the world to me. Thank you. All right, I'm going to close with a story that I think most of you will get a kick out of here. But you probably know the Ohio BP station out front. It's going to be going away soon. So I may be the only one that has any sentimental value for it. So when I graduated from John Carroll, I interviewed and I was hired by Ohio as a marketing associate. And one of the things they do is they train you, to work in the service station. Back then there was full serve. So Ohio had like 1,500 stations across the state, okay? So where did they send me to get my full service training at the fuel island? Fairmount Circle. But that's not the fun part. So I had my uniform, I showed up for work, my first customer came, I did a good job. Then my second customer came. He pulled up, rolled down the window, he said, "Fill her up." So I walk up to the window, he looks at me, he gives me a double take. It's Dr. Sweeney, my economics professor. And he goes, "All right, is that you?" He goes, "Obviously you didn't learn the economic value of a John Carroll education. If you're working here pumping gas." Then the word got out to the baseball team, and there was people lined up having me wanting to check under their hood, fill their tires. It became a real joke, you know. But it's 46 years later, and if Dr. Sweeney was here, I would tell him that the value of a John Carroll education is priceless. And I want to close with a quote that President Al Mikiak read when we named the college of the Bowler School. And he said, this is a quote from John Bowler, "We are not judged on how we reach our own goals, but rather how we help others reach theirs." And it's an incredibly meaningful quote to me. I'm deeply honored to receive this recognition, and I'm committed to continuing to live the John Carroll's values in everything I do. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for this incredible honor. Thank you. Go Guardians.
Our next recipient of the Alumni Medal is the Most Reverend Bishop Neil Buchan from the JCU class of 1975. Please enjoy this video tribute.
We've had a very close family relationship with John Carroll for, well, close to 100 years now. And really thought it was a great university and a good place to go.
I think a big thing for our parents was it's a Catholic university.
He exemplifies the best that Carroll has to offer, and he's done that beautifully by his service to God and I say his friendship to all who've known him.
He's always been a role model for a lot of different people, not only our family, but also students and just everybody he met. Even if he's, you know, many miles away, he'll be there for you.
In one word, I would describe him as selfless, always seeking to do something for others, no matter who they may be, no matter the circumstance, and no matter his station.
Neil is just a great guy. When you're with him, you almost feel a sense of peace. It's everything about family and family being extended, not just his immediate family, the John Carroll family, the military family, the religious family.
People don't realize, when he was after ROTC, he went into active service. And he went through Ranger School. That's quite an accomplishment. Paratroop jumping, Ranger survival skills. He wears that Ranger badge with his clerical collar. So when I imagine when he's speaking to the troops, they pay attention when they see the badges on his uniform.
Seeing the interactions that he had with soldiers, with their families, across the community, he was always looking for ways to help them, to guide them, to mentor them, to shepherd them.
He's been through South America and Africa and Europe and looking at the condition of the people that were there. And I'm sure that had a lot to do with what gave him his calling. And again, those are the values that Carroll instills in you.
He's not a bragger about himself at all. He had a Bronze Star and a Legion of Merit.
And we didn't know it.
and he has, in my view, correctly prioritized God, family, and country. And in each of those roles, Neil has set an example for each of us to follow in his exemplary faith, his love of others, and his service to his nation.
Well, everybody, I think, in the family knows they can count on him.
With all the nieces and nephews that he has, so many of them, including my children, will call him when they need to talk to him. So he's also kind of like our private
Therapist?
priest, bishop now. But yeah, so he's there for them.
Congratulations from Christy and me on this very well-deserved award of the Alumni Medal. We are very proud of you, and we love you dearly.
Multiple congratulations, the most well-deserving of the people I know for the John Carroll University Alumni Medal.
Hey, Neil, your favorite cousin here. You've been an inspiration to a lot of us, and thank you, and we're glad you got the award.
Neil, the Malone family wants to congratulate you on receiving the Alumni Medal. We are so proud of you. You certainly deserve it, and we're thrilled to be sharing it with you this weekend.
Neil, I would sing an Irish song with you anywhere and anytime. Congratulations, man.
Congratulations, Neil. We love you. Love you.
Bishop Buchan, would you please join me on the stage? Bishop, there was one prominent Clevelander that wanted to send an extra bit of congratulations to you. I'm going to read it real quick. I would like to extend my sincere congratulations to Bishop Neil Buchan as he's recognized by your Alumni Association with the Alumni Medal. His contributions through his career in military service as a priest and now auxiliary bishop in the military services have been exemplary. Today's honor is a testament to his dedication to the Catholic Church and to living the gospel by inspiring and enriching the lives of the many he has served. I extend my prayerful support to Bishop Buchan as he continues his sacred mission of sharing the message of Christ with all whom he encounters. May the peace and love of Christ remain with you always, Bishop, and may God bless you and those you love. I remain your brother in Christ, the Most Reverend Edward C. Malesic, Bishop of Cleveland. All right. For his dedication and service to our country, commitment to the Catholic faith, and his rigorous legacy and commitment to John Carroll University, the John Carroll Alumni Association is pleased to award the 2024 Alumni Medal to Bishop Neil Buchan.
Well, once again, good evening, everyone. President Mikiak, Mr. O'Neill, faculty, administration, staff, boards of members of the board of directors, fellow medal and award recipients, brother priests, fellow military officers, family and friends, peace be with you. It's wonderful to be here tonight in University Heights. Just think about it. It's John Carroll that puts the university in University Heights. Yes. The Society of Jesus has 28 universities. Did I get that right, Bob? Okay, 28 in the United States of America. There's only 28. And this suburb and the metropolitan area of Cleveland has one of them. We are blessed to have this university here in this city with the Society of Jesus. Yes. You know, on some of the military bases that I lived in, we were happy to have in the town outside a super Walmart. But think about it here. with this university, we have a center for the apostolic faith, a center for higher education, and refined culture. We're really blessed to have this university here. And furthermore, the Jesuits and the Church of the Jesu make known the presence of Christ on a daily basis here in this town. So thank you, fathers. Thanks for that ministry that you bring. You know, my father came to Cleveland after the Second World War, used the GI Bill to study here. And Dad was pretty smart. He married the homecoming queen. Yeah, Rita McGuigan from South Euclid. And at one point, they needed a larger house, and Mom and Dad said, "We want the best for our children. Let's move to University Heights." So they bought a house 17 houses away from John Carroll. And this is where we moved in 1965. So I actually set foot on campus here when I was in 7th grade. I was a Jesu Bulldog. And the football team, we used to practice on the athletic field. So some of my teammates from back then are classmates from John Carroll. So Bill Thompson, Kevin McCullough, and many others, we would run up to that athletic field. And there's no room up there now for the Bulldogs. They had to find some other place, right? Yeah, but well, what a great opportunity. What a wonderful childhood. Yes. I think what I'm trying to say was that the experience here at John Carroll University was a shared experience. My father and my mother just loved this university, and they wanted to pass that love on to us kids as well. So when I was a junior here at John Carroll, my sister Elizabeth was a senior, my cousin Michael was a sophomore, and my brother Leo, well, he was a freshman at that time. So it was a family shared experience. And we were also on campus with many of our grade school and high school friends. And we made a lot of friends while we were here too. Being in the ROTC department, some of my closest friends to this day were those that were in the Ranger Club as a part of the ROTC department. Yes, so a wonderful shared experience with family and friends. But I'd also like to say that some of my friends had family members that worked here at John Carroll, and they're here tonight. So Kevin McCullough's mom, Helen, was our secretary in the biology department. Mike Mahoney's mother, Elaine, worked in alumni relations, was also in advancement. Yes, and Mike Very, his mother, was our secretary in the ROTC department. I know she typed up that contract that I signed in 1973. Yes, I think what I'm trying to say is that John Carroll University is very much a part of the economy of this neighborhood and the East Side. I am grateful for the education that I received at John Carroll University. And talking to General Carter Ham, we both agreed that it was the Jesuits who first taught us how to think. And then during my 4 years as an ROTC cadet, the military science department prepared me for leadership roles in the Army. But it was during my senior year here at John Carroll that I first experienced a call to the priesthood. My good friends, I'd have to say that what took place on this campus 50 years ago put me on a life course for the mission and ministry that I currently have as an auxiliary bishop for the Archdiocese for the Military Services. Our Archdiocese for the Military Services is a global archdiocese. So we consider our archdiocese to be wherever we have Catholic service members. And currently they're in about 141 different countries. So that's my mission and ministry, is visiting these military bases. I have currently 75 chapels in about 16 states with the Department of Defense. Thank you. Thank you. Now, when I was being ordained a bishop, Bishop Pillis said, Neil, pack a lot of oil. You're going to be doing a lot of confirmations. And so almost 14 years now, that's what I've been doing, coming onto the base and, well, celebrating the sacraments, sacrament of confirmation primarily. But well, we also have great discussions with religious support operations and Catholic-specific ministry for those who are in our armed forces. I have to say, I really love my job because we've got wonderful people. They love God, they love their country, they love their little chapel, their chapel community. And yes, I'm just blessed to be a part of the Archdiocese and doing what I'm doing. But I can't imagine doing what I'm doing now if I didn't take those first steps 50 years ago right here at John Carroll. So I want to express my gratitude to my alma mater and say that I am humbled to have been selected as a recipient for this award. I want to thank God for this honor because, well, all good things come from God. I wish to thank those who nominated me for this medal, especially General Ham. And I know Archbishop Timothy Broglio, the Archbishop for the Archdiocese for the Military Services, wrote a very strong endorsement for this. And I'd like to thank Rory O'Neill for his constant coordination and our meetings every time I come into town. Always enjoy those. I would like to say to the university that my father was a veteran of the Second World War, and it was the GI Bill that allowed him to come here to Cleveland and matriculate into John Carroll University. So I want to thank John Carroll University for all that they have done and continue to do for the veterans of our country. Thank you. I'm elated that John Carroll University continues to attract veterans from Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard. Oh, and yes, now we have the Space Force, the Guardians, and they come here. Some of them come with their families. They come to study, and they're looking for a better future. They're looking for the education that'll give them and their family prosperity in the years to come. So thank you, John Carroll. And I want to say to our professor of military science and his wife Laura, and to your team across the street at the ROTC department, hooah! You know, hooah is an Army thing. Yeah, so hooah. Well, thank you for all that you are doing to train the future leaders of our Army Reserve, and the National Guard. You know, these future leaders will help to safeguard our freedoms, to guarantee our peace, and to stand ready to defend justice. So thank you for all that you and your team does. And finally, thank you, John Carroll, for your collaborative effort with the Diocese of Cleveland. I was delighted to hear the message from the Bishop of Cleveland. Yes, about 32 years ago, the Borromeo College of Ohio closed. And at that time, the seminarians who were there at the Center for Pastoral Leadership in Wycliffe began coming to John Carroll to study for the priesthood. They've been doing that for 32 years. Coming here for their undergraduate education. I suspect that most of the priests in active ministry in the Diocese of Cleveland have diplomas from John Carroll University. And so thank you for what you are doing for Holy Mother Church. Well, God bless you all. It was great to be here and to see so many familiar faces and to be a part of this evening. So God bless you. Have a wonderful evening and weekend. Thank you.
Our next Alumni Medal recipient is Dr. A.J. Cianflocco from the class of 1972. Please enjoy this tribute video.
AJ and I met soon after we both started at Cathedral Prep, our high school in Erie, Pennsylvania. We decided in high school to drive up to John Carroll to visit the campus, and just walked away after that Saturday tour saying, we'd like to go here.
I've known AJ since our early days at John Carroll, when he and I were in Alpha Epsilon Delta, which is the pre-med fraternity. And then both of us, along with Jimmy Myers, went to Bowman Gray School of Medicine. I was in primary medicine and then went in to be orthopedic medicine. And that's where he staked his career.
AJ is a living legend in the healthcare world, one being a physician to the Cleveland Cavaliers, but also having an impact on so many students and their careers in medicine. He supports them both through scholarship as well as mentorship.
The contributions that AJ has brought to John Carroll, and especially our athletic program, has been immeasurable. The compassion and the knowledge he brought to our student athletes and his professionalism with those athletes. He had a lot going on, but always had time for our athletes to answer any questions that they had.
He works very closely and has developed a program called Shadowing 101, where he's able to connect students who are interested in getting experiences with people in the Northeast Ohio community. As you might imagine, he knows everybody in Northeast Ohio.
Since day one, he's been nothing but, wanting to help me out in my journey. I originally met Dr. Cianflocco back at my previous school at the Citadel in Charleston, South Carolina. He reached out to me because he looked at the basketball roster at the school and realized that there was, ironically, a kid from Cleveland and was also interested in becoming a physician, sports medicine, the same specialty that he practiced in, and was looking to mentor someone.
I know he's always thought very highly of the school, and I just thought, here's a fellow that rolled up his sleeves and really gave back, and it wasn't expected of him. He did it on his own.
He and his wife have funded a scholarship opportunity for kids to get a research component and a trip to Honduras with the medical brigades that we go on every year.
When we have our alumni in medicine dinner, or I network across the institutions, especially the Cleveland Clinic, all know AJ, and AJ had a hand in some way, shape, or form in a lot of their careers in becoming a physician or where they are today.
I believe Dr. Cianflocco is not only worthy, but he's the embodiment of what this medal stands for. just because who he is as a person and how much of a leader he is, I mean, nothing but good things come from him.
He truly believes in how special John Carroll is and how John Carroll shapes and molds individuals into the types of individuals that John Carroll is going to be proud of and can change the world.
AJ, congratulations. We're very proud of you in Erie and out here on the West Coast. And thanks for all your hard work and commitment to the school and to people that needed your guidance.
Congratulations, AJ. You are really so deserving of this honor and medal.
Dr. C, congratulations. You deserve this award, and so many people are proud of you.
Congratulations, AJ. We appreciate everything, and thank you from the bottom of our heart.
AJ, I want to congratulate you on this awesome honor. There's no one that champions the blue and gold more than AJ Cianflocco.
AJ, fondest congratulations for winning the Alumni Medal. Onward on, buddy.
Dr. Cianflocco, will you please join me on stage? Before I award you the highest honor in John Carroll's Alumni Association, there was one more person who wanted to say congratulations. We have a quick video from someone you may recognize.
Dr. Cianflocco, my friend, and here, I just want to congratulate you on all of your accomplishments. No one deserves more. I'm here to tell you how grateful I am for you, because the years we spent together with the Cavs, you were amazing to me and to everyone else that was with us. So thank you, I love you, and all the best, my friend.
I don't know. For those who don't know, that was Anderson Varejao, former fan favorite at the Cavs. You wouldn't recognize him without the afro, okay? For his accomplishments, or me without the afro, yeah. For his accomplishments in the field of sports medicine, service to and care of John Carroll University student athletes, and his rigorous legacy and commitment to the university, the John Carroll Alumni Association is pleased to award the 2024 Alumni Medal to Dr. A.J. Cianflocco. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We're going to take a quick photo here.
Thank you, and actually I'm going to do this entirely extemporaneously. I did not come prepared, but thank you, Rory, for those kind words, and who thought our careers would cross paths again after watching you play basketball here. So anyway, for those of you that don't realize this, I actually have followed in Ron Surtz's footsteps. We went to the same high school, Cathedral Preparatory School for Boys, in black blazers with short haircuts in Erie, Pennsylvania, and then to John Carroll. Unfortunately, he beat me to the writer, so I'm not going to have the same presentation from a comedic standpoint that he will. But as Jack pointed out, we came here for our tours with Jack Cast, and I also had one with Ed Christie, and we knew from that minute we wanted to go to school here. So I'm fortunate from the standpoint that I am truly first generation. My mother was born in Italy, and first in the family to go to college. And they were willing to make the sacrifice to send me to school here to give me the opportunity to actually be here today. I always knew I wanted to be a physician, and I realized that this was the place to prepare me to do that, and eventually give me the opportunity to pay the school back. So just to add one thing to what Bishop Buchan said, there are 28 Jesuit universities in our country. There are 4 Jesuit medical schools. Most of the first Jesuit missionaries, especially those that went to the Far East, were physicians. And that's what made them successful in their roles as missionaries. And actually, that was part of a paper I wrote for a master's program I'm in. But to get back to why we're here tonight, I want to thank those of you that are here tonight, part of the John Carroll community and friends of the John Carroll community, to share this evening with all the recipients. And in particular, those that made the video, and in particular, George Lewandowski, Dr. Lewandowski, who I know started the process, as well as Jack, who I also went to high school with, Marty, who I also went to medical school with, Don, who I worked with here for so many years, and met an incredible group of student athletes here, some of whom are here tonight. Where's George Sample, Dave Vitito, and Jerry Higgins. And if I left, and Rory, and if I left anybody out, I apologize. And also to thank the Alumni Board for this award. But coming back to campus as a team physician was really important to me for another reason. So the first game I covered here was on September 24th, 1988. We happened to lose to Washington and Jefferson that day. And I was walking across the campus with two fellow alums, Bob LaRocca, who I believe is up there, and Ed Donnelly, and I was introduced to a young lady, someone who also went to Carroll, but we did not overlap. And that lady later became my wife, Mary Ann Garvey. And next to my parents, there's no other person that put up with so much to allow me to be here today. For all the time I spent on the road with the Blue Streaks and the Cavaliers, covering games no matter how good or bad the teams were. I mean, there were times I would call her on the phone from the arena and say, hey, did you see me in the stands tonight at the Cavs game? She would say, no, I didn't see you. And I said, well, how could you miss me? There's no one else here because we're only going to win 17 games this year so we can draft LeBron. But I really owe a lot to her and thank her a lot. She's been my second reader. She's been my inspiration and my muse. Again, let me just close by saying thank you to everybody from the John Carroll community, the faculty I encountered when I was here, the mentors I had when I was here. Two in particular stand out. One, Father Bickle, who we talked about earlier, who was always with Father Casey Bucala, who was the chaplain for the athletic teams, and we spent a lot of Saturday afternoons with Father Bucala at football games. And to Dr. Murphy, as I told her earlier tonight, the two classes I took here that prepared me the best for medical school were those that I had with her. So in closing, let me first thank everybody that was involved in the video. And Anderson, I don't know how he got involved in this, but I appreciate it. The Alumni Board for the award, and for all of you that went into the work this evening to put this together, and for friends and family that have made the trip here from as far away as 500 miles and 2,500 miles to be part of this tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I don't often come up here to try and correct the record, but I was a terrible student athlete when I was here on the basketball team. Dr. Cianfloco used to do the physicals for all the freshmen. He once looked at my hamstrings and said, these are the worst, tightest hamstrings I've ever seen in my life, so I don't know what he's talking about. Our next Alumni Medal recipient is Howard Hanna from the class of 1969. Please enjoy this tribute video.
Hottie and I have been friends, indeed best friends, for 62 years. We met as sophomores in high school at Central Catholic in Pittsburgh, and we made an agreement in high school that we would attend the same college. And we did that. John Carroll was the college of choice for the two of us at that time, and I'm glad it was.
Hottie Hanna's life is an extraordinary testament to a belief that many of us hold dear, that the foundation for being a truly great leader is first being a truly good person. Whoever said that nice guys finish last clearly never had met Hottie Hanna.
We have been friends and colleagues on many things, including serving together on the board of UPMC, our large health system headquartered here in Pittsburgh. Hottie's been involved with Children's Hospital for many years. Hottie's involved in almost everything that goes on in the region that's important.
He has incredible values. He's hugely committed to helping others, and that's reflected in lots of the activities that he's involved with, and his family is. And so a devout man, a man of great principles, and then there's the other side, the fun-loving Hottie.
You know, when we were freshmen at John Carroll, Hottie would get the Pittsburgh newspaper on the weekend, and he would study it. And he would study it for advertisements by homeowners who were trying to sell their house by themselves. Drive home to Pittsburgh and sign them up listings for his real estate companies. He was 18 years old doing that.
Every university tries to position its graduates to be the best that they possibly can be, knowing that if they succeed, some of their best will become among the best that anyone can be. That's what John Carroll has with Hottie Hanna.
He's very, very philanthropic. He's very giving of his time. He gets involved, and he brings his family. And as a result, his children and grandchildren have all been exposed to these same values and are all deeply engaged in the communities where they live and work.
Having read the criteria that the Alumni Association uses, Hottie embodies all those criteria. And I know he's devoted to his great alma mater, John Carroll. I've met all sorts of outstanding John Carroll University alumni just in passing with Hottie, and I have to confess, some of it on the golf course where we haven't always been great successes, but we've had a whole lot of fun.
A lot of young people see him in business, and they talk to him about his career and where it started. And the kind of the embryo of it all was at John Carroll.
Hottie, how they chose you of all the distinguished alums is incredible, but since they did, congratulations. Well deserved, big moment for you, and I know how much the university means to you.
The Alumni Medal, the highest honor your alma mater can bestow, is so richly deserved. You join a distinguished group of recipients, current and past, and all of us here wish you the very best.
Hottie, my admiration and affection for you is essentially boundless, and I'm very pleased to have the chance to join with your army of other admirers in congratulating you on this very special form of recognition from your alma mater.
Hottie is the best of persons who shared the fellowship and the privilege of the Jesuit education that we got from John Carroll. Congratulations, Hottie.
Hottie, would you please join me on stage? Hottie, there was one more group of people that wanted to congratulate you on this great honor, and they filmed a quick video for you here on the screen if you want to take a look.
Congrats, Hottie.
Congrats, Hottie.
Hey!
So this would be a group of 20 John Carroll alums who work at Howard Hanna here in Cleveland. Here's a photo of them. They got T-shirts made that said, "Two great traditions, John Carroll and Howard Hanna." And they're right in front of your dormitory, Burnett Hall. For his accomplishments in business, commitment to Jesuit education, service to his community, and his dedicated legacy and commitment to John Carroll University, the John Carroll Alumni Association is pleased to award the 2024 Alumni Medal to Howard Hanna III. Thank you, Roy. Thank you, Roy. Thank you. We're going to take a quick photo with this thing right now.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to move this way a little bit.
This way? Yeah. Oh, camera's over that way, sure.
We'll hold it for you while you speak.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Rory, and special thank you to the Alumni Committee for this recognition. I am humbled and honored and delighted to be here. I would like to most especially congratulate the other recipients tonight. And Ron Surtz, I didn't realize he is the comedian of the year for John Carroll University. I mean, he is, that was great. That was great. I wouldn't call him Don Rickles, but pretty close, you know, so yeah, that's great. I accept this award really on behalf of the whole class of 1969. Ron, Billy Petrogallo, Mike McGulick, who is here, and all the other classmates in 1969, a most incredible class. I want to especially congratulate Bishop Neal, a former board member together. We enjoyed those years together, and thank you very much. Teresa and Arago, also four good friends and board members, current board members, greatly appreciate and congratulate you on your awards and all the great work that you have done. I don't know Kathleen Carey, but congratulations, Kathleen. Dr. Cianfolo, I know you by reputation, and your reputation is just ecstatic. So thank you all very, very much, and congratulations to everybody. My daughter Kelly, and my daughter Molly, and my sister-in-law, my daughter-in-law Stacy, and Marianne said, keep it to 3 to 4 minutes, because that's what you were told to do. Well, we're going to try to do that, because people do want to watch the Indians game tonight, right? You know, I do, at least, you know. I'm from Pittsburgh, and we have really the worst baseball team in North America. Maybe the whole world, China and Japan, everybody else. You know, it's just a terrible team. So it's nice to see a winner. You know, it's nice to see somebody who can play baseball in a small market. So it's great. I came to this campus in September 1965 to Dolan Hall. Many of you were not even born or even thought of, but I came to this campus with great ideas, but not knowing where they were going. So I want to reflect a little bit on the 4 years at John Carroll and some of the things that I learned that became part of my life, part of my business life, part of my family life, part of my community life. I was fortunate to, and Al, I was not a business major. Everybody thinks I was a business major here. I wasn't. I was a true liberal arts major. Political science major, history and philosophy were my minors. And I learned from Father Kerner, Howard Kerner, if you remember him, probably nobody remembers him, and other teachers in history. I learned history and leadership. History and leadership that you reflect back on. I learned from Father Wolfel in the political science department, not just politics, but primarily planning and having a political agenda, having an agenda for your business, for your family, and for your life. Having an agenda, just not going out there and high-fiving it. And philosophy, frankly, I learned how to think. I learned how to think and create strategic planning, which is very, very important. in everything you do. Then I had a great mentor here. Great mentor here, Father William Malore. They called him the Duke. Some of you may remember him. He was former president of the University of Detroit here in Cleveland, where his home was, in retirement. And he was in charge of Burnett Hall. I think he was in charge, he was for all the halls, he was in charge of that. And he was also chaplain of the famous rugby club, which was the real organization here on campus. And he was my mentor because he taught me a couple great things. He had a little office in the first floor of Burnett Hall where he had a suite. And once you turned 21, you could go in there and sit with him and watch TV, a black and white TV. And he served and taught you how to sip Doer Scotch. And to this day, if it's 62 or below, I sip Doer Scotch. I learned that from Father Malore. He also taught us how to smoke Wheeling cigarillos, which I have never spoken, nor will I ever again. I didn't learn that from him. He was my main mentor because I was not like the most important academic scholar ever to attend this campus. I will tell you that. I wasn't, you know. Most people think I'm a genius, but not really. So, and because of Father Malore, I can arguably say, because of him, I am the only graduate in 4 years at John Carroll University with this academic accomplishment, to graduate on time in 8 semesters and take Physics 101 4 times. It's a true story. And I'll tell you at cocktails afterwards how that happened. But it was, so I owe a lot to him. Other second thing, I created relationships here. Relationships that have gone for the next 55 years. I'm the godfather for 3 other fellow graduates, for their children. I've got 3 graduates with me that are godfathers for our kids. Billy Petrogallo has been my main confidant, lawyer, personal advisor, professional advisor for the last 56, 57 years. Jim Mackey, who many of you remember, who received this award a number of years ago. When we came to Cleveland, he became our in-house attorney here. So David Lloyd, who was my graduating class, was our CFO for 28 years, late David Lloyd, late Jim Mackey. And he was arguably, in my opinion, the #1 person who helped build Howard Hanna Company. So these are all people that were close to me at John Carroll and remained close to this day. So I have great relationships and memories of dear friends who have been close and very much important part of Mary Ann's and my life. And last is the Jesuit teachings of giving back to the community, giving back to those who are less fortunate, being part and parcel of the community, which have been a huge part of my life. And today, I'm not sure I'm retired, but today, that's what I spend all my time with, giving back to the community. And we've tried to teach that to our 5 children and our 16 grandchildren, to give back of your time, treasure, and talent in some way, in some fashion, which I think most of America has got to think more about. No matter what success you have or what success you don't have, to give back part of that. And last but not least, which is an important part of my life, is to treat everyone that you deal with, business, social life, friendships, family, is to treat people with respect and dignity. Whether it's the shoe shine boy or the CEO of a company or the bishop, treat everyone with the same kind of dignity and respect and try to be nice. So I learned that from John Carroll, and I tried to carry that on for the rest of my life. So it's an honor to be here with everybody. It's a great weekend in Cleveland and an even greater weekend on the John Carroll campus. So thank you all very, very much.
Our next Alumni Medal recipient is Kathy Kenny from the class of 1977. Please enjoy this tribute video.
I met Kathy at John Carroll. We both lived in Murphy Hall, but we became closer friends after college, and our lives have been pretty entwined, so I've been very fortunate to know her since probably 1973.
Well, I've known Kathy since freshman year in college, which is 50 years ago. We were friends then. We have continued to be friends to this date, and I'm very happy that she is a good friend of mine.
We met freshman year, one of the first days of school. In fact, I met her in the Rat Bar. It was during freshman orientation, which happened to be 1 week long back then. It was great. 50 years later, I'm proud to say that she's a dear friend of mine.
Kathy has been at Gilmore Academy for the last 46 years and counting. I knew her as Miss Coffee, then she got married to Bob and became Mrs. Kenny, and now I know her as Kathy. My relationship with her goes all the way back to 8th grade in the early 80s. She was my favorite teacher of all time.
She was the first non-Holy Cross brother to be head of Gilmore Academy, and she has done a phenomenal job there over the years. But you would never know it from talking with her. She's just so humble, but really just kind and caring and passionate, and a phenomenal friend.
I'm the chairman of the Board of Trustees at Gilmore. I was tapped with the job of having a search committee to pick the next head of school. We were looking for somebody who was a servant leader, a proven educator, most of all, somebody who was strong with relationships. And Kathy just rose to the surface in all those regards.
Kathy's one of those people that you want to be around. She's fun, she's smart, she's uplifting. She has a genuine interest in your life, and generations of students have gotten to see her in her various roles and the product that John Carroll puts out.
She has helped send a lot of kids to John Carroll. One, she loves John Carroll. She knows the quality of the education. And as a teacher at Gilmore, she really cares about her students.
She's brought a lot to both the John Carroll and the Gilmore communities. As far as John Carroll's concerned, I view her, she was a classmate of mine, but I view her as one of those glue people. She's one of the people that has multiple contacts within our class, outside of our class, is always a big supporter of the university, is a big supporter of Catholic education. And so she's the kind of person that you'd want to know.
Kathy is very deserving of the John Carroll Alumni Medal, which is the highest honor that we give to our alums. And she's deserving of that because she represents what John Carroll is, and that's a place where it's a men and women for others. And if you watch her with her students, with her family, with her friends, she's always there for others.
Congratulations, Kathy, and thank you for all you do for John Carroll University and for the community at large.
Kathy, I know that the Jesuit tradition is, I believe it's men for others. Well, in this case, it's certainly a woman for others, and that's how you've lived your entire life. We're very proud of you, and congratulations on receiving this well-deserved reward.
Kathy, congratulations and thank you. Thank you for being my most favorite teacher of all time, for our partnership at Gilmore, and for the blessing of having you in my life and my family's.
Kathy, congratulations on receiving the John Carroll Alumni Award. You are so deserving of this high honor. You've been a wonderful friend to all of us, and we just love you and are so proud of you.
Kathy, would you please join me on stage? There's a theme tonight. There was one more group of people that wanted to say congratulations, and there's a quick photo here. I want you to take a look at it. This is all the John Carroll alums who work at Gilmore Academy. This was organized by Dave Funstein there on the left and your athletic director, Sean O'Toole, and they wanted to say, onward on, Kathy, all right? For her dedication to Catholic education, service to others, and her deep and continued commitment to the mission of John Carroll University, the John Carroll Alumni Association is pleased to award the 2024 Alumni Medal to Kathleen Kenny. Congratulations. All right, we're going to take a quick photo here. We're going to step aside here in a second. Right? All right, the floor is yours.
What an incredible honor. First of all, congratulations to all of the other medal winners. My goodness, you have humbled and inspired me to do more. It is truly, I'm speechless in terms of everything you have all accomplished. Thank you so much for including me in this opportunity. Ron Sertz, you hold a very special place in the Kenny household. My husband was in U Club, and you are a legend in his stories. And I want to thank you for bringing the University Club back to John Carroll. I know what it did during our 4 years at Carroll, and I certainly look forward to what it'll do for generations to come. So thank you. This is really incredible. He's surrounded by so many staunch supporters and advocates and loyal friends of John Carroll. I am incredibly blessed by my time here at Carroll. In my freshman year of college, I met my husband, Bob. 43 years later, we're still married, still talking to each other, and still so proud of the community that we were a part of. We actually live under the spotlight of Griselli Tower, just down the street on Loyola Road. And through the years, we've done many walks here, many reunions here, many masses here, and feel so blessed to both of our parents for making sure that we had the opportunity for a Catholic Jesuit education. My family is here with me tonight, and I am so grateful that God has blessed me with Michaela, Mary, Maureen, and Billy. Billy is a graduate from the class of 2006, and he too knows the power of friendship of everyone that he crossed paths with at John Carroll. As my girls know, the best friends in our family have been the people that we met at John Carroll, Loyola Road, Jesu, and now my wonderful friends and colleagues at Gilmore Academy. Our lives have been forever changed by the patchwork of friendships that we have made over the years. I want to thank you for taking your time away from your families tonight and also away from the guardians for some of you. I am a lifelong teacher. I have a very good eye, and as I walked up here, Al Mikiak has assured me there's no detentions to be given for all the phones that are out and all the streaming that is taking place. And I only hope that we're on the right side of this contest. I want to tell you just a little bit about me. I came to Gilmore Academy 1 year after graduating from John Carroll. I had planned just to use this as a gap year because I was sure I was going to go to law school. When I arrived at Gilmore, I was one of 6 women on faculty. It was a small Catholic day and boarding school for boys. Just as Gilmore has grown and expanded over the years, so has my role. But I know that the competence and the confidence and the curiosity that was fostered in me, that was encouraged in me at John Carroll, has absolutely impacted the leader that I have become. I spent nearly 35 years teaching English to varying degrees at Gilmore. And I was never hesitant to share who was the most important influence in my life. And that was Mr. Joseph Cotter. He was this high. And when I would go talk to him, I would look down and he would look up, and I would know exactly who was in charge. Mr. Cotter never got his PhD because of very pronounced stutter, but he was so formidable, and he had incredibly high expectations of his students. And every single time I took one of his classes, and I took one almost every single semester at my years at Carroll, I promised myself I would never take him again because he was so demanding. But the truth is, each time I finished a class, I looked forward to taking him again. I knew that this brilliant mentor and inspiring teacher was going to have a lifelong impact on me. I just didn't quite know how at the time. One of my colleagues at Gilmore, a fellow Irishman, Frank McCamley, used to remind me that a teacher can fill a mind as one would methodically pick up a pail and fill its contents with water. But a good educator encourages his or her students' minds to seek out the knowledge and creativity before them, just as a sponge pulls in the water around it. That resonated with me deeply because I had experienced that in my classes with Mr. Cotter and so many other professors at John Carroll. I fell in love with learning at John Carroll in a way I never had before, and that influence inspired me to make that my mission with the students that I have taught at Gilmore Academy over the last 47 years. I have been blessed to be in a Catholic school whose mission is competence and courage, the competence to see what is just and right, and the courage to act in making a more humane society. That mission resonated with me so profoundly, probably prevented me from going to law school, because that was the mission that we all grew up with at John Carroll. That was the mission that we learned to live. John Carroll has been life-changing for so many, but particularly for me and my family. And I am so grateful to be a part of this onward journey. Thank you, and God bless you all.
All right, our next alumni medal recipient is Terry Lewandowski from the class of 1978. Please enjoy this tribute video.
Terry and I met at the freshman picnic in 1974. I still mark that day, and this year will be our 50th anniversary of that date. Greatest moment of my life.
When you go to college, you get this close group of friends that you kind of do stuff together. And Terry was sort of the backbone of our community of friends. We spent a lot of time together. You know, we're the wonderful class of 1978.
She was an RA in Murphy, and then when I ended up at John Carroll later, I was also an RA in Murphy. And so that was something that allowed us to bond and allowed me to see her contributions to John Carroll. Those were to her fellow students at the time, understanding how she could help people outside of the classroom as well as inside of the classroom.
She's been just a fantastic role model, with compassion and drive and empathy, and really just working to take the advantages that she has and use them to help other people in a way that's really inspiring.
So I first met Terry as a new alumni director at John Carroll years ago. Of course, her engagement only grew from there. She became president of the Alumni Association, elected by her peers, and then is currently on the board of directors as a full-time trustee. So, when you think about the ideal pathway and pipeline of engagement, Terry would go on to really be the model for what we were aiming for.
She has been involved in John Carroll in so many ways, through alumni affairs, through faith and mission programs, through bringing in, new students and admissions programs, through, sort of all aspects of student and university life. She has this amazing North Star, which is kind of pointed toward good.
For the past several years, she's served on the immersion experience to Honduras, which was something I had the pleasure of serving on when I was a student, and that springboarded her and my dad into serving on that immersion trip, helping future students figure out what they wanted to do, how they could contribute in and around the world and really be a positive light in the world.
Terry's really a role model for John Carroll students, and especially young women at John Carroll. Her career success, her family life, her service to others, she's really found a way to balance it all. And it's just been a remarkable example for everyone around her.
She'll leave some interaction with something important to do for some person. I've seen it in particular with young ladies in pre-med. She helps them find their voice.
I'm confident that she's going to take this opportunity for this award, and not going to be a, hey, look, I got an award. It's going to be a, hey, look, I'm at a meeting with a whole bunch of other John Carroll alumni. How can we move this forward for the next generation?
Terry, thank you for everything you've done for John Carroll. Congratulations. You are so deserving of this award. You rock, woman. Thanks.
Congratulations, Mom. A well-deserved award, and you should be proud of all you've done.
Congratulations, Terry. We are so proud of you. We love you, and we're inspired by you.
Mom, from one blue streak to another, congratulations and onward on.
Congratulations, dear, on the Alumni Medal, onward on. I couldn't be more proud.
Terry, would you please join me on stage? There were two more people who wanted to say congratulations. If you look up here, this is Dr. Omar and Dr. Cindy. These are doctors in the hospital in Honduras where we send our kids to teach in our immersion programs. They heard about your honor. They wanted to send their congratulations, okay? For her professional accomplishments, her deep love and support of Jesuit education, service to her community, and her rigorous service and commitment to John Carroll University, the John Carroll Alumni Association is pleased to award the 2024 Alumni Medal to Terry Lewandowski.
Okay, I know I stand between you and the Guardians game. And as my kids will tell you, I am a rules follower, so my notes are definitely less than 4 minutes. But the Guardians are down 3-2, so come on. I have one of those sons who can drive a teacher crazy, Kathy, totally doing something else, and then you ask him a question and he knows the answer. So thank you to my nominators and selectors for this honor, and thank you to past Alumni Director Dave Vitito and past President Father Niehoff. They welcomed me back home to JCU, and to Rory and to Al, thank you for your continued support and your continued welcoming. I made one of the best decisions of my life when I was 16. Like many decisions made by 16-year-olds, it was probably for the wrong reasons, but I got lucky. I decided to come to John Carroll University, and as Robert Frost said, that has made all the difference. I made a second great decision my first weekend on campus when I decided to attend the freshman picnic. I was 17 by then. I met this guy named George, who you saw up there and many of you know. We married a month after graduation. I'm thrilled to have had with us here this evening our mom, Marion, our son, Chris, our JCU grad, and his wife, Samantha, and Magnolia were here earlier, and our other son, Mike. We call him the Purple Sheep. He's our Kenyan grad. His lovely wife, Kathy, is staying home babysitting a brand new puppy. Can't blame her for that. As an undergraduate, John Carroll offered me all that one would hope a fine school would provide: a solid education, a reinforced work ethic, a pathway to a very satisfying career. But it gave me so much more. It built on a moral upbringing and challenged me to grow upon the foundation of a Jesuit philosophy. As a more mature person, I found a wonderful place to be involved, to give back a bit to the place that gave so much to me. Working with the Alumni Board, the JCU Board, the Columbus JCU Alumni Group, I hope to provide a similar opportunity to many. While giving tech support to George as he works with the pre-health students, you're laughing, and for 10 years walking in the hills of Honduras with many of these students and with Danny, faculty, students and faculty who I see here this evening, and alumni, I have met wonderful people, learned a great deal, and found joy, and got a really different slant on being for and with others. As I look at the Alumni Medal Class of 24, I see a man who makes sure that we remember our past, who builds living spaces for our children of the future, our special adult children, a shepherd of over 400,000 men and women of service, another man whose career was caring for others and now is helping others to follow that path, and a man whose footprint is broad but finds the energy to support each individual in their own place. Then there is a woman who has touched hundreds in the classroom, and therefore thousands in the world, and me wondering, how did I get here? Thank you for your support of John Carroll. Thank you for being here, and thank you for bestowing this honor in me. God bless.
Congratulations to all tonight's honorees, and thank you for being wonderful examples of John Carroll. I'd like to thank our catering staff tonight for their work. Please give them a round of applause for the amazing work they've done tonight. Special shout out to the Alumni Relations team and the University Advancement team. Just a reminder, all our honorees, we're going to meet in the O'Connell Reading Room back here. To end us in the proper way, the Jesuit way, I'm going to invite up our university chaplain, Father Bernie McAdoo from the Society of Jesus, to offer us a quick benediction to send us home. Father Bernie.
God our Father, you are the giver of so many gifts and talents to all of us, but especially to this evening's honorees. With their talents, the men and women honored have sought to better and to repair our world. Bless them and inspire the young here at John Carroll to recognize their own gifts and to go and do likewise. Bless our world tonight, those who live amid strife, those who sleep in peaceful lands, those who keep us safe on land, at sea, in the air, those who battle the Yankees at Progressive Field. The words of Psalm 134 provide us a coda. Praise the Lord, all you servants of the Lord, who minister by night in the house of the Lord. May the Lord bless you from Zion, he who is the maker of heaven and earth. Amen. May God guide each of you home safely.
Thank you all for attending. My staff has told me they're going to try and put the Guardians game here in the Donahue Auditorium if you want to watch. So congratulations to our honorees, and go Streaks.
The only exception I know is the case when I'm out on a quiet spree, fighting vainly the old ennui. And I suddenly turn and see your fabulous face. I get no kick from champagne, mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all. So tell me, why should it be true that I get a kick out of you? Some they may go for cocaine. I'm sure that if I took even one sniff, it would bore me terrifically too. Yet I get a kick out of you. I get a kick every time I see you standing there before me. I get a kick, though it's clear to see you obviously do not adore me. I get no kick in a plane flying too high with some gal in the sky. Is my idea of nothing to do. Yet I get a kick. You give me a boot. I get a kick out of you.
It's so important to make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. Make just one heart-to-heart you sing to one